You have Zionism in Israelis, especially seeing how critical this time is for them right now. They realize that they can't fuck around with American Bill of Rights. You know what I mean? They try to be um not as openly fascist against free speech. Like they have been fascist against free speech. Look at how they treated BDS. Like this is not new. I cannot emphasize this is not new, fam. But now since this whole thing is going on, the regional war that's about to start, like global support for Israel is at an all-time low. They're like, bro, we're not fucking around with you guys no more. Straight out assault on free speech, and then the right wingers are supporting them. Mehdi Hasan, who this is like what part 3 of this, because remember when Mehdi Hasan was pulled off air as a host, and then a bunch of liberals and MSNBC people was like, no, he wasn't removed because his coverage on Israel. I'm sure they talked something. Now he's gonna be a guest appearance on. Look, he apparently staying with them, so he's happy. Fast forward, not too long later, Mehdi Hasan is announcing that he will leave MSNBC, and we definitely know why. This motherfucker got talking to, and Mehdi Hasan said, "Kiss my ass." And I do not want to get twisted. I want to play the video first, but what I cannot emphasize enough. This is a lesson for the professional managerial class that they won't take, because Mehdi Hasan is no hero. But I'm going to expand on that here very soon. Let's watch this goodbye video.
It's been an absolute blast doing this live show on MSNBC for the past 3 years with an amazing team of producers behind me and with all of you watching at home. It's been a privilege. It's been a pleasure. But as we begin 2024 with an election coming, a war still ongoing, and too many Trump trials, honestly, to even keep track of, and with this show going away, I've decided that it's time for me to look for a new challenge. Tonight is not just my final episode of the Mehdi Hasan Show. It's my last day with MSNBC. Yes, I've decided to leave. To be clear, I am so proud, so proud of what we've achieved on this show, on this network. And I can't thank you all enough for tuning in and for your support and for your feedback. But as I say, new year, new plans. You can continue to follow me online at Mehdi R. Hasan on Instagram, on Threads, and of course, Twitter or X. I'll give you updates on what's coming next for me. For now, from me, for one last time on this network, good night.
This guy loved his fucking job. It's so obvious. He always talk about how proud he is about being like this MSNBC journalist on Twitter and stuff. You guys think he just quit a job because he got tired of it? This guy loved his job. He loved his job so much, they removed him in the most embarrassing way from his show, and he tried to make it work. Like, after he got removed, all right, that was kind of bad. Let's see if I can make this shit work. And maybe I might show up on Ali Vecchi's show a few times. Nah, fam, didn't work, and he had to quit. So, CJ, anything you want to add before I continue? I just have, did not be too long, but I have a few more things I want to add. CJ, any quick reaction, or you can pass back to me if you want to.
Go ahead.
This is Savvy Sabs explaining what I was talking about in the lead up to this. We all seen the timeline on this, and this is very damning for MSNBC, which proves what we have been saying for quite some time correct. There's only so far you can go in the establishment. You guys think we have free press? We do not. Tucker Carlson was cute when he spent the majority of his time pushing white identity politics, but the second he questioned Ukraine war, all of a sudden, you're out of here. Mehdi Hasan was cute when he pushed Russiagate. Mehdi Hasan was cute when he spread propaganda against Assad in Syria on behalf of the military-industrial complex. Mehdi Hasan was cute when he spread propaganda on behalf of the military-industrial complex, calling Nicolas Maduro a tyrant and a dictator. But no matter what you do and how much you sell out, if you ever cross a crucial issue, especially Israel, your ass is out of here. Let me read what Sabby says, and I'll expand more on that take. Here's Sabby. Mehdi Hasan leaves MSNBC, go through the timeline of his Gaza coverage since October 7th. Muslim host absent from MSNBC. MSNBC cancels the Mehdi Hasan show. And then Mehdi leaves. Oh, sorry, I skipped one. The Mark Regev interview. This is what caused them to lose the show. And then after that, they canceled the show. And then Mehdi Hasan leaves MSNBC, we can all see what happened here. It's so obvious. And this is what I was explained before. And I want to make myself clear because I was just talking about clarity for the workers. So that's our goal. That's my goal. I'm going to be as clear as I can in 2024. Mehdi Hasan being pulled from MSNBC because of Zionist capitalist pressures is a chilling omen for what to come, and no one should support that. Even though I hate Mehdi Hasan, I hate to see him pulled off air because it is. But with that said, it couldn't have happened to a better guy. Because Mehdi Hasan made the calculated decision that if he supported the Nazis in Ukraine via smear Assad, if he did propaganda for Genocide Joe on behalf of the Democratic Party, for example, he made a calculation. If he did all this, he would be safe. He thought they would allow him to tell the truth about one crucial issue as long as he pushed their other wars. You got to see how this didn't work out for him? Mehdi Hasan learned the hard way. Either you fall in line or your previous propaganda is completely irrelevant. Now, this is kind of fucking with me a bit because this is a bad move by MSNBC because we are seeing a record amount of Democratic voters being infected, being radicalized because of Gaza. Like when Mehdi Hasan was removed the first time, they was very upset. You know what I mean? They was very upset. Mm-hmm. And then they reconciled that in their mind when they gave Mehdi Hasan. They're like, oh, we're not firing. We just move. We give them other spots. They're like, oh, I thought you guys were evil. Oh my God, thank God. I thought you guys were really evil. You know what I mean? So they going through some shit. I told you guys in my first show after October 7th that liberals about to go through some shit. They going through some shit. There are going to be bad faith ones who will always be Democrats. There are good faith ones that were just like me in 2010, who are just Democrats because they were misled, who about to leave here soon. So they're seeing this shit and they were really upset, CJ. And now MSNBC gave Mehdi Hasan a gift. And here's my question I'm going to ask you guys. Will Mehdi Hasan take this opportunity to take his face turn? You guys know I love pro wrestling terms. Face turn is when a bad guy turn. In pro wrestling, you can't just switch people on and off. Like my brothers are super into. I have a friend who actually was a pro wrestler. So I know about all this stuff. Like when I was training martial arts, there was a big overlap between the two. Like there's storytelling in wrestling, whether you believe it or not. You can't just turn a bad guy good. The crowd not gonna believe it. You can't just turn a good guy bad. They're not gonna believe it. It got to be a build up. There got to be a reason for them to do it. You know what I mean? So this is Mehdi Hasan's perfect opportunity to do that Shawn Michaels style face turn, to that Undertaker style face turn. They're like, damn, you're a motherfucking good guy now. Will he take it? Because MSNBC gave him the best PR possible. I'm going to show you a few tweets, and these are from more liberal-minded people. Look at how they clean up his image. This is a guy who pushed Russiagate. He was all for the Ukraine war. He pushed the fake gas attack in Syria. And then when it was proven false, as I showed you guys earlier, he's like, oh, even if he didn't gas it up, who gives a fuck? Aaron Monte had skirmishes with him before. I had a conversation with Glenn Greenwald because Glenn was part of Intercept. Mehdi was Intercept. He's playing before. They used to be friends. And then he saw Mehdi Hasan do this insane Syria bullshit. He's like, fuck this, dude. Like, Mehdi and Glenn used to be cool. And they're like, fuck. He was like, hell no to that. But look at the response that he's getting now. Mehdi Hasan is hands down one of the best interviewers in this business.
What?
And MSNBC has done nothing but
what?
And MSNBC has done nothing but shoot itself in the foot here. And to that what she said there, I could acknowledge that he's the tallest midget in the pool at MSNBC. Like, isn't that technically true that, like, if you were to pick the best MSNBC interview, probably Mehdi, right? Doesn't mean anything. But you got to see how his reputation is about to soar because of this. And I saw this, and I thought this was very interesting because it's still developing. I'm very interested to see what they're saying after we leave the stream, CJ. Here's Nathan J. Robinson, the union-busting clown.
Oh, God.
Pretending to be a progressive. Guy. Congratulations to MSNBC on successfully pushing out one of the country's most effective, insightful communicators on the Israel-Palestine conflict. No, he is not. Now, so once again, we are for clarity of the work in 2024, aren't we? So I will acknowledge, because I am for clarity and truth, that Mehdi Hasan is better than the average corporate media person on Israel-Palestine. But people are tripping when they say he's good on this. And it shows you guys the limits of social democrat. I see even people I don't want to call out because I like them. I see people that say that Mehdi Hasan is good on this issue. No, he's better than the average. He wanted to show sympathy for the Palestinians. He wanted to expose to you guys when Israel is lying. He demonizes Palestinian resistance all the time. You know what my position is? If you demonize the Palestinian resistance, you are not good on the issue. We don't give a fuck what you say. Do you think the Palestinian Community Network, who we had multiple times on, do you think they care if you good on the issue, but then they condemn you when they're trying to fight against the issue? So I hope that not let me know in the chat. Is that a kind of contradictory statement? I do think he's better than average, but he's not good. Like he's gonna do things that no one else can do, but he's not good.
That's not contradictory.
You gotta see how his image.
It'll be like, you know, who has the most money for this car? It costs, you know, $10,000, and nobody has the money, but he has 5,000. He's just closest to 10,000. He's still halfway bad. You get what I'm saying? It's like, so it's absolutely possible. And you, Nick, you give him more credit than I do. I don't even think this guy is good. I don't have the same assessment at all of this person. I think this person is terrible. Because
I think I say that because I was pleasantly surprised at a few interviews, but I think you're 100% right, CJ.
Well, maybe I wouldn't go as far as say terrible, but this is what makes me upset. And it's another guy on MSNBC too that this falls, and his name is Amin. I think his name is Amin, Ayman. He's another I think Muslim American who's on TV. And imagine a black person on TV, Nick. You are on TV, but you're not bringing up the most important issues. You're not taking the most important positions for the black community. The most important position for this community is the position that Hamas is a resistance fighter. That's the most important. That's the most radical position. But go ahead.
Remember what the Palestinian Community Network said right after, like during the genocide? I immediately brought them on. They are more radical than what we just said, CJ. Even for them, it's not even enough to just support the resistance. They said on our show a few weeks ago, they have criticism of the left because even if you support resistance, then people are afraid to celebrate victories of the resistance. I don't know if you saw the show, but this is what they were emphasizing.
Yeah, I did.
So they're like, yeah, we support Palestinians' right to resist themselves. But then when October 7th happened, you guys condemn it. They freed Palestinian hostages, prisoners that was in Israeli prisons being sexually assaulted and tortured since they was the age of 6. That's a victory for the Palestinian resistance. Me saying that is making maybe half the audience fucking. No,
Nick, what would they do about the hate?
Resistance, I'll pass it right to you, CJ. But if you're for the Palestinian resistance, you celebrate their victories. And the funny thing, I did not me. When they said that, my mind was blown, CJ, because I was like, holy shit, I didn't even consider that. I am not saying it to prop me up. I'm saying it to prop them up. They said that a few weeks ago. I'm like, damn, that's true. That's hella true. But anyway, CJ, I know you want to try me. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, then what would they say about the Haitian Revolution?
Exactly.
What would you call that? That all those people are terrorists. So all the people who I think it's the only successful overthrow of the Atlantic slave trade was in Haiti. And what would you call those people? Because they're doing the same things, or did some of the same things, or have the same radical beliefs about doing whatever necessary to break the chains of oppression. That's what it is. But go ahead.
So all these give me liberty or give me death, Second Amendment fanatics in America, who I agree with on principle, if shit ever got real and these white patriots, all these white militia groups, if they successfully performed the operation that advanced their political agenda, do you guys think they wouldn't be celebrating? They celebrate now when they view accomplishments. So why shouldn't Palestinian resistance movements do the same? So let me continue. This segment's almost done. We're almost done here because it's not a long segment. Mm-hmm. I'm finished Nathan tweet because I cut it off midway. I'll read from the beginning. Congratulations to MSNBC on successfully pushing out one of the country's most effective and insightful commentators on the Israel-Palestine conflict. No need to worry about that awkward criticism of U.S.-Israeli policy that will be raised on cable TV. Here is Mark Ruffalo. Once again, I'm pulling a few. I might just go through the search group because I'm almost done here. I'm gonna get some more new live reactions. If you bear with me, CJ, I might do that for like 2 minutes. See,
Mark Ruffalo, huh? Mark Ruffalo.
Because he tweets everywhere. Look, big loss for MSNBC. I am expecting Mehdi Hasan to do something great in his next venture. Can't wait to see what next. You guys see how much they just elevated this man? This is the greatest thing that could possibly happen to Mehdi. Now, I'm going to answer my question I asked you guys rhetorically ever. Is this the opportunity for Mehdi Hasan to make the face turn? My guess is no. This motherfucker love money too much. He's not doing that. He's gonna probably have like a Peacock show. He's gonna do that thing where he nibble around the edges again. That's my guess. Maybe I'm wrong.
If he had a true face turn, all the people who are shouting him out would be against him because Mark Ruffalo is absolutely a Democratic liberal.
Yeah,
but he pretends to be. You know how progressives they pretend. I would go further left, but we don't really have a chance. You know how he's one of those. And I think he was up for the Oscar too, because when you said that name, that's why I remember. I think he's up for
Ruffalo's he's a big Russiagator too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like you got through what lens is this assessment of Mehdi? It's through that lens. You get what I'm saying? A Russiagator lens. So I mean,
what I'm gonna do, my 2 segments is officially over, CJ. But what I'm gonna do for the last minute or so before I had to bounce, I think you probably out of time. I'm not sure if you have another segment or so. But I'm gonna just show you guys. I'm doing it also because of personal interest, to be honest. Because I threw some receipts together, but I want to see what people say now. I saw this earlier. This is Jamu replying to my take of Mehdi. What is interesting? This is our brother Jamu, who you guys will be seeing on Nick and I here very soon. What is interesting is that Mehdi, being colonized himself, didn't seem to understand the white colonial mentality. You know, Jamu go hard. He seemed not to know that white folks will promote you as long as you serve their real interests, and if you stop, they will crush you. He is getting what he deserves. That's in response to my tweet. Now what I'm gonna do just real quick. I'm gonna see what I can find. I'm gonna see. I'm just personally curious. See if I can find some more. That's his announcement tweet. Let's see some responses here because this is his tweet blew up 3.5 million views. You can see this everywhere. Look at this. See, this is more Mehdi being rehabilitated. Now look at this is how much Israel helped Mehdi. CJ. Thank you. This got almost 2,000 likes. Thank you for always being unapologetic and speaking truth to power.
Oh my God.
This is why I want to show you guys a few tweets because I knew it got worse by now. I knew it would be so bad by now. It's gonna be insufferable by the day's end. The amount of people saying this stuff. Thank you for always being unapologetic and speaking truth to power. We need your unfiltered voice out there. So this is the right move. Excited to see your next step. Just let us know how we can support you. 2,000 likes. Jesus Christ, Israel just did. This is the greatest thing that happened to Mehdi Hasan, fam. He is absolutely not a victim here. This is the greatest thing that happened to Mehdi, bro. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ. This is the best thing. Let me just read a few more and we can wrap up. Joyce, I don't know who none of these people are, but I'm glad that you can't see my radical algorithm. Looking forward to watching wherever you go next. 2.5 thousand likes, bro. Mehdi said.
Oh my God.
Mehdi said.
I don't know where he could go though. I don't know where he could like.
Oh my God, dude, this thread is way worse than when I first saw it. CJ, this is way worse when I first saw it. This last one I read, but man, I just seen countless of these comments. Thank you, Mehdi, for always speaking your mind and pushing back against misinfo. It said the misinfo he spread on the Ukraine war and about Hasan. He lied about Hasan. So many of us deeply appreciate all you have done to deliver this message. COVID is airborne. Of course, they're a COVIDian. Of course. That's Mehdi Hasan. COVIDians. What does that have to do with your tweet, Kimberly? She's talking about Mehdi Hasan, and then all of a sudden she's tweeting COVID is airborne.
Just like a COVIDian, they always insert shit.
And I know a lot of you guys are way more. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys are way more offline than I am, but If you're on Twitter, you guys see this with COVIDians all the time, bro. That's what we call them, COVIDians. They are so hilarious, and they're not doing it on purpose. Why are you tweeting COVID is airborne there? Anyway, I think I had. I'm gonna show you guys this. This is the last receipt I'll show you guys. I skipped this one on accident to show you guys what Mehdi Hasan is about. I'm no expert on Venezuela. You don't say. So he leaves with that. So let's see what this guy who's not an expert on Venezuela has to say. Now, and to be clear, and this is where you're gonna see this tweet. Mehdi Hasan does this bullshit where he would demonize and do propaganda on behalf of the ruling class. But then you're like, oh, I don't support war for it, though. I don't support the war for it, though. I support everything you got to say about it, but I don't support the war. So I do want to be clear, because in my research, I found this. I actually didn't know this beforehand. Mehdi Hasan did speak out against intervention in Venezuela. He did. I actually was surprised when I saw that. But you guys are going to see he played a very active role in spreading the propaganda that Venezuela was this authoritarian state, that something has to be done. He was kind of like, come on, man, I'm not for the wars and shit. But yeah, something has to be done. So let me read this. I do want to be fair. Once again, we about clarity here. I'm no expert on Venezuela, but I'm pretty sure you can think Maduro is a horrible, bad authoritarian president, and also think it's bad for the United States to back coups or regime change there. So you guys see how he repeats the propaganda, and this is what he did all the time, that Maduro, just like Bernie Sanders, is a tyrant authoritarian. And why did they say that Nicolas Maduro was a tyrant authoritarian, CJ? Because they said that Nicolas Maduro went after his political enemies. You know, the same political enemies that tried to kill him? The same Mehdi Hasan who thinks that Nicolas Maduro, the same Bernie Sanders who think Nicolas Maduro is a tyrant because he quote-unquote went after his political enemies, are cheering January 6th protesters being locked up because they got drunk and was at the Capitol. They trying to lock up the presidential rival of the candidate they support, but they think Nicolas Maduro is a candidate because he went after people that tried to kill him. Anyway, I went a little bit long. My statement been done. CJ, anything else you want to add? And we read a few super chats.
No,
let me do this. Let me do it. Sorry, CJ. Let me do it before I forget. Make sure you guys. Big shout out to Kid Harlan's Media that's going through a lot of crazy shit at the channel. I'm gonna let Kid speak for himself. Kid did a great interview with our brother JB on his channel. Remember, you're not getting the entire RBN network unless you subscribe to all of us. JB did get an interview. I'm gonna have Kid. You're on my list. Like, I'll have a long list of all the people I'm gonna bring on Nick at Night. I'm gonna bring the Kid on here very soon as well. YouTube is going out to the channel. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on with Harlan's Media. So I'm gonna give that shout out to them. They were part of our post duopoly show. Kid always had our back. Kid always stood up for us when we were censored. Kid was, every time I see someone get strikes and the channel go after,
yeah, he helps out.
Kid was there. Like, Kid is there for everyone. So we got to support Kid in this time because his channel is getting fucked up with bad. So sorry to cut y'all. CJ, I just want to say that before I forget. I'll pass you, CJ.
Oh, no, that's absolutely fine. Just to sum up what I was gonna say about Mehdi Hasan, like, we should not feel sorry for coons or house Negroes who get thrown out the house eventually.
Yes.
We don't care.
Yes.
Who gives a fuck? Oh, house Negro got thrown out the house. Okay, and move on. You get what I'm saying? Like, I literally don't care. And this is the thing about when you are a sellout like he is, you're hated in both sides. What you're trying to do is play both sides, but you end up being hated by both sides. You got taken off by the Zionists who support the station you were with, and then radicals like us call you out because we know that you're essentially a house Negro, whatever the version of that is in your own ethnicity. But I was introduced to Mehdi as he was always terrible.
Yeah.
If you look up Mehdi 10 years ago, he was a lot better. Like, when you look up he said a lot better shit. But just like a lot of things, the capitalist class got a hold of him, gave him some money, and then he swallowed his tongue about a lot of shit and changed his views.
Yeah, my memory isn't perfect yet. My memory isn't perfect, but my memory of Mehdi was not like anger towards him. Like, I was never like a Mehdi fan, but I never like had anger towards him. It wasn't until like the 2018 shit with the Syria gas attack. I saw they went through. He was fighting against like Aaron Mate, many people disputing that. And as a result of him spreading lies about the Syrian government, remember, The United States illegally occupies Syria, and they hate Assad because he stands against the Western forces who want to dominate their country in the region. Assad is an anti-Western fighter. Do I agree with Assad on his stances? Absolutely not. Is it relevant? Absolutely not. As a member of the empire, someone who literally across the fucking ocean of Assad, why does my opinion of his domestic politics matter? It doesn't. So what I see is a guy who stands up against U.S. imperialism by the will of his people, and that's why the United States and their allies, especially Israel, has been wanting to get rid of this guy. So because the United States and the empire have been wanting to get rid of this guy, Mehdi Hasan is here to talk shit about him. But to protect his image, he's going to say stuff like, oh, yeah, I think Assad is a horrible dictator who's gassing his old people who need to be stopped. But I don't support war, though. I'll just do propaganda for the empire.